Ahluwalia live on air with us. She's doing her show remotely just for you all, an extra show today. So yes, once again, that number in the studio, 972-235-5555. Good morning, Pallavi. How are you?
A wonderful morning to you, Mitu. How are you doing today? And thank you so much for hosting me on your Friday's precious time, where I'm sure everybody's happy to listen to songs. And here we are getting in a legal segment into your fun show. We do have a bit of an announcement here, and this is coming in fresh from the immigration from yesterday. And this is a major change in the EB5 program, and we do have a lot of callers that do call us about what is the amount of investment that's required to get the EB5 green card, which is an investor-based green card. And the government yesterday published and announced this proposed rule, which now changes the 500,000 to 1.3 million and the 1 million to 1.8 million as an investment number. Of course, there are other changes that are also in this program, but that is really a major change and unexpected. I know it was in the works. There was plans to increase it, but by increasing it by 170%, I think the intent is to reduce the number of people that would qualify for this.
All right. Thank you for that update there. And we are all set to take the calls on air. Should we start, Pallavi?
Absolutely.
All right. 972-235-5555, number in the studio. Fun Asia Radio, you are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clear. Go ahead.
I have a question. I want to apply citizen green card for my sister. She gave me a birth certificate which has my parents' name, but her passport, when she made it, she has a visa for 10 years, and her passport last name, she doesn't have a last name in that. And before I apply to that, is it going to be a problem, like if she go ahead and change after that, after I apply her passport to have a last name on it?
So sometimes there is no last name, right? So last name unknown or first name unknown on the Indian passports. She can apply to change it. Is the name the same as a maiden name, or is it a married name that she's changing to? It won't matter as long as we have the tracing of the fact that she had that as a name and now she's changed it. But can you just answer that? Is this a maiden name that she's planning on adding on, or is it a married name?
No, a maiden name, last name, my dad's name, she want to add in the passport, but I want to go ahead and apply for a green card. It will be problem after I apply her green card?
No, it will not be. Yeah, so it would still be the birth certificate that is the most important document here, not the passport.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. And will she can able to come after I apply her green card? She has 10 years visa.
So if she enters the country and she's asked by the CBP if she has a green card that's been applied for her, she must truthfully answer. Okay. And with that, she should be all right.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for your call. 972-235-5555, number in the studio. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. 972-235-5555, number in the studio. Going to our next caller. Fun Asia Radio, you are live on the air. Please go ahead and ask your question. Fun Asia Radio, you are live on the air. Please ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi Pallavi, this is Ben. Actually, I want to know about H1B visa.
Okay.
My wife got H1B approval 2 years back, but we don't have documents. The only thing we have is the receipt number. So
if you track it online, does it show it's been approved?
Yes, but we have only the receipt number.
Okay, but once you pull up the case on the case status online with USCIS.gov, does it show that it is an approved case at a certain date? Does it show what date it was approved?
Yes, like September 2014.
Okay, do you know if it was done for consular processing or change of status?
Consular processing from India.
Okay, got it. And so now your question is, ask me your next question. I understand what you have, but go ahead, ask me your question.
Okay, my question is that can
do a FOIA request under the Freedom of Information Act. You can send in your request to USCIS and you can get a copy of the file along with that approval notice.
Okay, is there any fees for this or like?
Yeah, most FOIA requests have some minimal copying charges sometimes, but not a major fee. A $10-15 fee, if at all.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Pallavi. Thanks a lot.
All right, all the best.
Thank you so much for your call. Moving on to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi ma'am, this is Mohammed Ajaz. My question is about my asylum case. So is okay?
Go ahead.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was filed my asylum with my family on February 2015, but it's still I'm waiting for any reply. But can you let me know how long it take it for any kind of reply or interview?
Was it a defensive asylum or an affirmative asylum? Which means that did you file it after you entered the country after a year, or
No, within time, like 3 months, after 3 months.
Okay, so but you filed it affirmatively, correct? As in, it was not in response to a deportation.
No.
Okay, so it was an affirmative filing, and yes, and they can take as long as about, I would say, a couple of years to resolve.
A couple of years. So I was applying February 2015, so it's almost 2 years.
You do have a receipt notice?
Not yet. Now I just received notice when I was applied after 1 or 2 months. Now I have a EAD card. I have a social security, everything.
Okay, so but you filed it affirmatively, correct? As in, it was not in response to a deportation.
No.
Okay, so it was an affirmative filing, and yes, and they can take as long as about, I would say, a couple of years to resolve.
A couple of years. So I was applying February 2015, so it's almost 2 years.
You do have a receipt notice?
Not yet. Now I just received notice when I was applied after 1 or 2 months. Now I have a EAD card. I have a social security, everything. But we are almost coming on the next year or something like that. Huh? All right.
Right. So the government just gives an approximate time. It is not something that they follow to the T. By the time they even publish any dates for the processing of the 589 form, by that time it's already been a few months. So you have to just give or take a little time here. Once it's pending, it will be adjudicated, especially since they've given you the associated benefits with it. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your call. For all our listeners who tuned in just now, this is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. If you want to get in touch with her and her team, you must take an appointment, for which you do need to call 972-361-0606. ahluwalialaw.com is the website. If you have a question that you want to ask right now on air, then go ahead and give us a call, 972-235-5555, number in the studio. Going on to our next caller, Phanisha Radio, you are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi, Pallavi. I have a question on sibling category. When you file for your siblings, the siblings' children have an age restriction. What age until they can come with the parents?
They have to be under the age of 21 at the time that the interview is done and approved. So they have to be under that age. So under the Child Protection Act, they will calculate the age of the child based on the fact that the I-130 was pending. Say, for example, if your I-130 is pending for 3 years or 4 years and the child is now 22, then at that time of the interview, the age of the child would be 22 minus the 3 or 4 years that the I-130 had been pending. And that's how the age is calculated.
All right. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you for your call, 972-235-5555, number in the studio. Going on to our next caller, Phanisha Radio, you are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi, Pallavi. This is Shivi.
Hi, Shivi. How may I help you?
Hi. I I have a question. Like I was looking forward and talking to my friends. Like they said that I can apply. My husband is applying for H1B premium for extension, and he is also doing my H4 EAD.
Got it.
So is it okay if we do so, if we because we are filing it in premium, so if I put my documents for EAD, H4 EAD along with the extension of H1B, is it okay?
Yeah, you can include them. The EAD will not be premium process. The H4 will be. Okay, so you'll get your length of time. So, say for example, your husband is entitled to 3 years, you'll get 3 years on the H4, and then the 765 form, which is the EAD form, will be forwarded to the application support center that will support it and take you to fingerprint. And that's when you go forward.
I am not able to.
Yes, Pallavi, I have to interrupt you there. But yes, there is a little aberration in your voice. Let's hear it once again, and if it doesn't work, maybe you can call us again. Pallavi, are you there? All right. No, it's not clear at all. So we'll request Pallavi.
She's submitting her case to the premium processing unit, and my answer was that the H4 will be adjudicated along with the H1B, and that means that if the husband has asked for 3 years, she'll also get her 3 years. But the EAD is going to be sent out, and it would not be processed at the premium processing unit. The EAD passed at the 17th of January, which is just this Tuesday coming up, is now predicted by the government to take 180 days. So there is a new rule for processing the EADs, and it's not the 90 days anymore. So she can expect the adjudication of the EAD anytime, between, I would say, from our check into what the government is doing, about 90 to 120 days, though they can take up to 180 days to process the EAD. So, but it is a good idea for her to submit all of them together.
All right, perfect. I'm sure that completely and entirely answered her question. Moving on to our next caller. Looks like we dropped that call. So what I'm going to do is, pass our number and share our number once again with all our listeners here, 972-235-5555. Number in the studio. Going on to our next caller. Financial Radio, you are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi, please.
Yeah, hi Pallavi, this is Shivi again. I just called you to ask about the EAD H4. If I put it forward.
Did you hear my answer?
Shivi, did you get to hear her answer? She entirely answered your question there.
No, actually I just put the radio off and again I called. So.
Yeah, let me repeat it. If you're submitting with the husband under premium processing, you will get adjudicated for the H4 and you get the same length of time that he's asking for on his H1B. However, the EAD is now from the 17th of January supposed to take about 180 days to process. So once they take your application in the premium processing unit, adjudicate the H4, they will turn your EAD to the unit that will be processing it, and it can take anywhere between 90 to 120 days, where the government has a right to hang on to it for 180 days.
Okay, but I will be on any status until then, until the request for EAD?
So you will be on the H4. Once you have
I will be getting H4.
Yes. Yeah, but you will not.
Okay, and because my I-140, my husband is already approved, so is it like 3 years extension that I should expect?
So his I-140 is approved and he's passed his 6 years on his H1B, he should get 3 more years based on AC21.
Okay, and then if my papers are already, I'm filing with like EAD with this premium process, but it will take 180 days, but they will give me H4 extension, right?
The H4 under the premium processing unit is most likely to be expected, and so there's only a few cases that are kept up on the premium processing unit. H4s are not, that's not one of the applications. However, when you include it with your husband's H1B, then the premium processing unit adjudicates to them. The EAD will be dealt with separately, and that's what you have to fill out.
Okay, so is there any other form that I have to send with it? Like anything that you want to...
765 and the related documents along with pictures.
765 along with pictures. Okay, thank you so much, Pallavi.
All the best, Shrivi. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your call, Shrivi. Going on to our next caller, 972-235-5555. Number in the studio. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. To get appointment with them, you must give them a quick call. 972-361-0606. ahluwalialaw.com is their website. Going on to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi Pallavi, this is Hiren. I have quick questions. I got my EAD in January 2016, so it's almost 1 year. So can I use my EAD so that will screw up my green card process if I switch from H1 to EAD?
No, so are you going to remain with the same employer and use your EAD instead of your H1B? Is that what you're planning, or planning to move your employers?
No, employer will be same. I'm just trying to switch the job to get the full time.
All right. Switch the job as in move to another position, occupation, because that would determine the AC21. Let me just quickly establish a few things. You have an I-140 and a 485 both pending with an employer?
The 140 is approved, my 485 is pending, and I'm just 1 week away to get my priority date current. So I'm in EB3, so I'm just 1 week away to get my date become current.
My suggestion on this to everybody is, when you get your green card, keep your non-immigrant visa alive. Because if there were to be any issues with anything, then at least you are not immediately out of status. So that is my suggestion. But yes, if you think that you're that close and you want to give up on the H1B and work on the EAD, it's not a bad plan, but it's not a safe plan necessarily.
Okay, and one last thing, so if I switch with the EAD, so will that lose the H4 status for my kids?
Yeah, so if you are not using your H1B, then the family cannot be in an H4.
So will they count as illegal until I get my green card?
No, so that requires an analysis to see how old they are and whether they are covered under CSPA.
Okay. So they are like 11 and 14 years of age.
So right now, they do have a 485 that is also pending for them, or not yet?
Yeah, it's pending for them as well.
Yeah, so they are in legal status. They have an adjustment pending.
Okay. So it doesn't matter whether, with if I change and they lose the H4 status.
Correct. They will not be in an H4 when you give up your H1. But if they have adjustment pending, then yes, they are also in the same status as you are, which is AOS pending.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for your call. Moving on to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi very quickly.
Hi Pallavi, I just wanted to know, my husband works in a non-profit organization, so when he applied for H1, it wasn't a quota and he didn't go for the lottery system. But now if he wants to go back to not the non-profit organization, just any company, so can he transfer it, or he should go through the lottery system? And if he goes through the lottery system, will it be the 3-year H1B visa? Will he get the 3-year one, or he had another 3-year? So will he get the 3-year or the 6-year H1B?
No, he gets only 3 years. So the total amount that you're allowed, whether it is with a non-profit institution or with a for-profit, is a total of 6 years, and that's subject to the extensions that you get if you have a perm applied for or an I-140 approved. So at this point, when he switches to a for-profit employer, he will have to go through the quota. His job will not start prior to October 1st, and then he will be entitled to the remaining time on the H1B if he's used up to 3 years already.
Oh, okay. And he can go, but he's a Canadian, so he can go back to TN visa, right?
Correct. After his age is over, he can go on to TN. Correct.
Okay. And is it safe to apply for green card from TN visa?
No, we suggest that when that TN is applied for, the last, which is adjustment of status, is complete not within the country, but by going to the consulate, going through the NVC process and completing that step there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Pallavi.
Thank you so much for your call, and that's pretty much the show today. Thank you so much, Pallavi, for coming on a Friday. I know you are extremely busy, but you do it for the community, and we are so very thankful for that.
My complete pleasure. Thank you so much for hosting me so well and for allowing me in the middle of all Friday fun. Have a wonderful weekend to everyone.
Entirely our pleasure. Thank you so much, Pallavi. Have a wonderful weekend.